So that video that you just saw was Cherie Bibas. That was a mother and her two children. She was taken by what some other people have said are not actually Hamas themselves, but actually innocent Palestinians who just joined in on the Hamas attack on October 7th on Israel. So these were Hamas civilians who decided to join in the frivolity of attacking innocent women and children. And they took her as a hostage and brought her back over the line to Palestine. Hamas is releasing another set of prisoners, and it includes this mother and their two children, with one important exception. All three of them are not alive. They died in Hamas or Palestinian captivity. So, when Trump first talked about the mass relocation of the Palestinians to plow that shithole over and make it into a better area, the Palestinian hotel, resort, and casino, I really don't give a shit. You could turn it into a Walmart in a parking lot for all I could fucking care. But I was conflicted about it because it's some of the most difficult things to propose to everybody is a mass forced relocation of a particular set of people in order to meet the needs of another, as quoted by Picard in Star Trek. How many does it take, Admiral? How many? But in this particular instance, when I see videos like this again, and it reinforces what Hamas did, I did a show on this originally when it first happened on October 7th. And I showed video. I can't show it here. Can't even really show it on YouTube either. It was on my Rumble channel. I showed video that Ben Shapiro at the time had put up because he had inside video coming from Israel. I showed a father being shot in the back by Hamas while helping his wife and children escape out of the second-story window. The coward shot him in the back. I saw Hamas hitting a man with just a manual gardening hoe, trying to hack the guy's head off, sever his neck from his head. I saw videos of them capturing a woman who had seemed to have been sexually assaulted while being captured. She had blood all in her nether regions. But before being thrown into a car, being driven by Hamas. And then, of course, the body of the woman that was at the concert, twisted and contorted from what they had done to her, or she had been run over by one of their vehicles. And the guys were sitting on her body. They were in a pickup truck. They were sitting on her body, and then they were parading her through the streets. She was gone. She was in the back of the truck. She was gone. And they were sitting on her, and they had their guns in the air, and the Palestinians were all walking around, and they were filming it with their cell phones. I don't know where they got cell phones from, but they're filming it all with their cell phones, and they're cheering and putting their hands up in the air. And I see a picture, and I see a video again of this poor woman and her children, which reinforces for me what happened. Because when you're here in America and you're here in another country, right? You're in England, you're in Germany, you're in France, wherever you are, and you're safe, right? Your biggest problems are, am I making the rent? Am I making mortgage? How much food have I got to get for this weekend? Kids have got games and practice going on, right? And you're stuck in what you have going on. So you tend to put all of this stuff to the back of your mind because, well, you think to yourself, what can I really do about it? I'm not there. I can't grab an AK and go jump into the fray easily enough and take my part in it, right? I can vote here. I can support a candidate that's going to be pro-Israel and help Israel fight back against these monsters. But other than that, there's nothing really you can do. So because of that, you end up putting this to the back of your mind and moving away from it. Not necessarily forgetting, but you kind of move away from it. You distance yourself from it. So when Trump talked about the relocation of the Palestinians and rebuilding that area into something nice and just moving them all out of there because it's already a trash hole, I my first thoughts were I didn't know quite how to put that out there as a story and talk about it. And I said I needed to chew on it for a while, and I needed to come up with something. And after seeing this newest one where the bodies are being returned because a mom and two babies didn't survive being held as hostages, what did they do to those three for this to be the end result? What did they do to that mother and two babies that the end result is they return to Israel and they're not alive? So finally, I think, for my personal opinion, my 2 cents for what it's worth, as far as how to deal with the Palestinians, mass relocate them. Sure, nobody wants them for very obvious reasons. Why would you want a bunch of terrorists in your country? That's pretty much exactly what you're getting, right? You're going to try and filter some of them out. Maybe there's like 5 good people there, but the rest of them are just either terrorists or terrorist supporters. So nobody wants them, and for good reason, and I don't think we should force anybody to. So what do you do with them? And I say, honestly, after seeing stuff like this, I put them in a catapult and fire them into the Mediterranean Sea. And for just for the entertainment purposes of all of us and everybody in the Middle East, it would be fun to watch that. For you to just set up a row of catapults, like it's the invasion of the White City in Lord of the Rings. Just a row of catapults. Put them in, fire them all into the Mediterranean. You got like a 50-50, depending on how you hit the water, if you survive. Not necessarily a death sentence. You have a chance. And entertaining for everybody, obviously. That would be, I would pay to watch that. Make it a pay-per-view. I would pay to watch that. And all the proceeds could go back to building the Palestinian resort and casino and spa. But I don't give a fuck about them. So that's my call. Anyone that's been bitching about what Trump's going to do and the mass relocation of them, there shouldn't be extra concern or stress about relocating animals. We relocate animals all the time. We take them out of the plains in Africa and we put them in a zoo. And then you go, look at that giraffe. That's awesome. Oh, camels. We got that's a really cool thing to see. We relocate animals all the time. We can relocate these animals. And for everyone that's been waving a Palestinian flag and talking about how we have to save Palestine and walking through the streets of America, waving Palestinian flags and supporting that, go fuck yourselves. Seriously. We will pay to send you to Palestine so that you can fight with the Palestinians. If you feel so strongly about these people, we will pay, one-way trip. You go, take up and go do your thing. Go do you feel so fucking strongly about it? You want to wave their shit flag in the streets of America? One-way ticket right to Palestine. Go ahead and stand by them and help them defend Palestine. That's an initiative that I'm happy to take up with. I will donate extra tax dollars to send any shitbags that want to fight for Palestine. I'll ship you right to fucking Palestine. I'll do my part. I'll do my part and put that money in. So for all of you in Palestine, pro, save Palestine, go fuck yourselves.